As the years go by, we all face the same reality, aging. But it's not just about a few extra wrinkles or gray hairs. It's about the deeper, often unspoken struggles we encounter, the shifting sense of time, the physical changes that slow us down, the isolation that creeps in, and the emotional weight of missed dreams. The truth is, getting older can be overwhelming. But here's the thing, aging is not the end, it's a new chapter, full of possibilities. If you're grappling with the challenges of aging, you're not alone, and there are real ways to navigate this journey with resilience, wisdom, and even joy. Stick with me as we explore the challenges of aging and how to face them head-on. Let's dive in. 1. Coming to terms with time and mortality. One of the most difficult realizations that comes with aging is the awareness of time's passing. When we're younger, time seems endless. But as we get older, time seems to speed up. Suddenly, we find ourselves looking back, wondering where the years went, and realizing that our time is finite. One story that stood out to me was a post from a woman in her 70s. She shared how she had always dreamed of learning to play the piano, but life kept getting in the way, work, kids, the busyness of everyday life. But now, as she's retired and has more time, she's finally taking lessons. Sure, it's harder to learn new skills as we age, but the joy and fulfillment she feels from pursuing a lifelong dream outweigh the challenges. The lesson here is simple, it's never too late to chase those dreams you've put off. Whether it's learning a new skill, traveling to a place you've always wanted to visit, or even just spending more time on your hobbies, the time to start is now. Time may feel shorter, but it's never too late to make the most of it. 2. Adapting to physical changes and limitations. We can't talk about aging without addressing the physical changes that come with it. From sore knees to slower recovery times, our bodies start to remind us that we're no longer in our 20s. And while that can be frustrating, it doesn't mean you have to give up on the activities you love, it just means you may need to adapt. For instance, I remember reading about a man in his late 60s who was once an avid runner. Running was his passion, and he participated in marathons for years. But as he got older, his knees couldn't handle the strain anymore. Instead of giving up, he found new ways to stay active. He switched to swimming and cycling, both lower-impact exercises that still gave him the endorphin rush he craved. The key is to adjust, not to abandon. Find activities that work for your body as it is now, not as it was 20 years ago. Yoga, swimming, walking, or even Tai Chi can help you stay active while being kinder to your joints and muscles. You're not giving up, you're evolving. 3. Staying mentally sharp as you age. Mental health and cognitive decline are common concerns as we age. It's easy to feel anxious when you forget where you put your keys or when it takes a little longer to recall a word. But here's the good news, you can actively work to keep your mind sharp. A woman in her 60s shared online how she started doing crossword puzzles and Sudoku every morning with her coffee. It's become a part of her daily routine, and she swears by it to keep her brain active. In addition, she enrolled in online courses to learn about topics she never had time to explore before, from history to photography. The brain thrives on challenge, so don't shy away from mental exercise. Whether it's puzzles, reading, or picking up new hobbies, keeping your mind engaged is crucial. Even something as simple as socializing regularly or trying to learn a new language can help keep cognitive decline at bay. 4. Battling loneliness and isolation. As we get older, it's common to feel more isolated. Our social circles naturally shrink, people move away, relationships change, and we may not have the same social opportunities we did when we were younger. Loneliness can become a heavy burden to carry, but it doesn't have to be permanent. One story that resonated with me was from a man who lost his wife of 40 years. After she passed, he found himself alone in a quiet house. It wasn't until he joined a local community gardening group that he found a new sense of purpose and connection. By working alongside others with a shared passion, he made new friends and built a new support system. The lesson here? Don't wait for companionship to come to you, go out and find it. Join local clubs, community centers, or even online groups that cater to your interests. Volunteering is also a great way to connect with others while giving back to your community. Staying connected is essential for emotional well-being. 5. Letting go of regrets and embracing the present. Regret can be a tough emotion to grapple with as we reflect on the life choices we made or didn't make. Missed opportunities or unfulfilled dreams can weigh heavy on our minds. But here's something important: it's not too late to turn those regrets into action. I came across a story from a woman in her 70s who had always wanted to travel the world, but responsibilities always got in the way. Instead of dwelling on what she hadn't done, she started planning smaller trips closer to home. Now, she takes short weekend getaways, and though they're not the grand adventures she once imagined, she's filled with a new sense of adventure and purpose. Regret doesn't have to define the rest of your life. Use it as a motivator to pursue the things you can still achieve. You may not be able to do things the way you would have 20 years ago, but you can still embrace new experiences in the present. 6. Redefining your purpose in later life. For many of us, our sense of purpose is closely tied to our careers or our roles as parents. But when those roles shift, whether through retirement or children leaving the nest, we can find ourselves feeling lost, unsure of what comes next. A powerful story I read was about a retired teacher who, after stepping away from the classroom, felt like she had lost a part of her identity. It wasn't until she started mentoring younger teachers that she found a renewed sense of purpose. She realized that her knowledge and experience still had immense value, even if she wasn't in the classroom every day. Your purpose doesn't end with retirement. In fact, it's a chance to explore passions you may not have had time for earlier in life. Whether it's giving back to your community, learning something new, or mentoring others, your wisdom and experience are invaluable. The next chapter of your life can be just as fulfilling, if not more so. 7. Staying relevant in a rapidly changing world. Technology and societal changes can make it feel like the world is moving on without us. But staying relevant doesn't mean you have to keep up with every new trend. It's about staying curious and engaged. I remember reading about a grandmother who learned how to use social media so she could stay in touch with her grandkids. She started by asking them to show her how to use the apps, and now she's actively engaged in their lives in a way she wasn't before. It's not about mastering every new technology, but about staying connected to the world around you. Staying relevant isn't just about technology, it's about keeping up with cultural and social changes, too. Ask questions, learn from the younger generations, and stay open to new experiences. 8. Caring for adult children or grandchildren. For many older adults, caregiving doesn't stop when children become adults. In fact, many find themselves stepping in to help care for grandchildren or even taking care of aging parents. One man in his late 60s shared how he moved in with his daughter after her divorce to help care for his grandchildren. While he loved spending time with them, he also felt the pressure of balancing his own needs with his caregiving responsibilities. His advice was clear: set boundaries. Caregiving can be fulfilling, but it's important to also carve out time for yourself. Remember that it's okay to ask for help and to prioritize your own well-being. Caregiving can be a joy, but it doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your own health and happiness in the process. 9. Adjusting to financial changes in retirement. The financial transition into retirement can be jarring for many people. Going from a steady income to living on a fixed budget requires careful planning and adjustment. A man in his early 70s shared his struggles with this transition. After years of living on a salary, managing a fixed income from his pension was a new challenge. His solution? Downsizing his home and embracing a simpler lifestyle. He found that by cutting back on unnecessary expenses, he could focus on enjoying life's simpler pleasures, like cooking, gardening, and spending time with loved ones. Financial security in retirement is about finding balance. It might mean downsizing, budgeting more carefully, or even picking up part-time work. The important thing is to focus on what brings you happiness, not just what fills your bank account. 10. Navigating changing relationships. As we get older, relationships inevitably change. Friends may move away, loved ones pass on, and our social circles may become smaller. But that doesn't mean we can't cultivate new, meaningful connections. A woman in her 50s shared how after her kids left home, she felt disconnected from her usual social circle. Instead of accepting the isolation, she joined a local book club where she met people with similar interests. Not only did she expand her social network, but she also discovered a new love for reading. Relationships evolve, but they can also grow in new and unexpected ways. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and seek out new friendships. There's always room for new connections. Aging is a journey, and like any journey, it's filled with both challenges and rewards. Yes, there are struggles, but there's also growth, wisdom, and the opportunity to live a fulfilling, purposeful life. The key is to embrace this time with grace, curiosity, and an open heart. The best is yet to come. So as you face the complexities of aging, remember that you're not alone. Share your own thoughts and experiences in the comments below. By supporting one another, we can turn the challenges of aging into sources of strength. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. There's so much more to explore as we navigate this journey together. Thank you for watching.